Hey, what's up, guys? I'm trying to hunt a New York station in Utah on 40 meters. I could kind of hear him for a second. I think I hear people hunting him. But the reason I'm looking at the East Coast on 40 meters is it's 4:49 a.m. local time, and I'm right here, and the sun's over here, and I'm up by kind of complete accident. I don't know if you can tell, I'm actually a little bit sick. A little bit sick. I'm not that sick. And yeah, I just got up at 4 a.m. today. And I don't mind when that happens because I like to do this thing called POTA. And my wife and son aren't going to be up for another 2.5 hours plus. So I'm going to go get on the road. And there's a bunch of parks about an hour and a half from me. I think I'm going to go get 4 or 5 new parks. At least one's never been activated. And I'm going to bring you guys with me. So let's see how this goes. We might do some QRP, but most of it's going to be in my truck. So I thought it'd be fun to film. I've done this a bunch of times where I kind of just get in my truck and I drive somewhere in Utah and I knock out a bunch of parks. It's a lot of fun. I have the luxury of living in Utah that has over 620 parks. So it's not too hard for me, even within a couple hours of my house, to find somewhere I can go get a string of parks. So I'll bring you guys with me today. Should be pretty fun. I'm gonna power some stuff down and go hop in the truck. All right, it is. Let's see, 6:25 a.m. We got another, I think, about a half hour till the sun rises. Is this what gray line is? Is that what that means? That gray line up there? Guess we'll find out. Fun thing with POTA. At some point, I'll probably do a video on POTA boundaries. It's a fascinating topic. I think it's a fascinating topic in Utah, and I'll talk about it at some point. And I think it's actually, from conversations I've had, I think it's a rather triggering topic. As with WMAs in specific, some of the boundaries are kind of funny. Let me see if I can show you guys. So I don't know if this is going to do it justice on the app here, but we're in Redmond, Utah. This is as middle of nowhere as it gets. This is extremely small town. And if I click on this is Utah government lands, and this is the Redmond WMA, just south of this Redmond Lake. And so this WMA is actually pretty freaking big. If I zoom in, there's this very convenient little pullout, which is my dot right here, where I am within the WMA. And the funny thing about Utah is these boundaries, they're kind of arbitrary. Like you'll go to a WMA, and like for whatever reason the boundary will stick out over a major highway, and it'll even go across the highway sometimes. And sometimes in Utah you'll go to a sign where it literally says XYZ WMA, and that sign isn't, and you could go past the sign and you're not in the WMA. But little shout out to my uncle K7CO. He's a purist, and he's really really told me, hey, whenever you go, always like cross-reference. So I pay a lot of money for this app that shows me exactly where I'm at. Whereas in the past, I think if you came to Utah and you're like, okay, I'm gonna go to this WMA, and you get to the sign and you pull in, I think you're probably there, but some people it's like, no, I'm gonna quadruple check. And the nice thing about that is you can technically get in some places that you wouldn't have otherwise thought you could, because, well, now I'm parked on this road, but according to the Utah government site, I am within their WMA boundary. Other times, so like here, I don't think I see any signage, but I'm in the WMA. And sometimes these parking lots, there will be a big sign that says WMA, and according to the government site, this parking lot is within the WMA, and other times it's not. So there will be a parking area or the space in front of it, and it's a coin toss whether you are in or outside of the WMA. So for my content, my video, I'm always within the boundaries. But there were times early in my POTA career, which is funny, where I realized, okay, I went past this sign. The WMA is another half mile down, or this BLM land, or state parks are kind of fascinating that way too. I always pay to get into a state park, but if you look at boundaries, you can kind of park. So curious what you guys think. I didn't want to do a full a full video on boundaries, but it's kind of an interesting topic. I think with SOTA, there is no gray area. I think with SOTA, it's like you're either, what is it, 75, 80 feet, whatever it is. If you're hiking up a mountain and that's literally what it is. You're trying to get to the summit. Don't ever cheat that. That's kind of and you shouldn't cheat POTA either. But I think in talking with some really good friends, it's all about your intention and what you think you're doing. If anyone came to Utah and you went to a WMA and you're at the sign, you're at the WMA. But according to the government website, you might not be. So I don't think everyone needs to pay $100 and cross-reference every time they go. But in Utah, with 620 parks, and this will be my 83rd or 84th park, I always like to make sure I feel better about myself when I do. So thanks, John. And I'm in the WMA, so I hope you're proud of me. But we're going to be on the hamstick today. We're going to be 20-meter hamstick. I could probably do 40 meters right now and do pretty well. But let's see how we do on 20. I'll get set up and bring you guys back. Well, you guys probably aren't going to be able to see jack crap until the sun comes up, but we'll film anyway. Great to get WD for Dan, first ever QSO into US 11647. And it's a good sign, getting Georgia on 20 meters. A nice thing about Dan too is he'll typically spot you, which he just did, which tells everyone you can hear me. Thanks, Dan. We're 25 watts. Haven't charged my Bioenno, so I'm gonna try to preserve it today. No way. That's my buddy Jason in Virginia, formerly of Seaside, California. He's become a pretty good buddy, so we've had a couple QSOs lately. I was worried about him moving back east. Definitely gray lining, guys. This is awesome. Hey, there's my buddy. QRM. Great to get Mike in Michigan. Mike was my 10th QSO at my first ever activation, so I signed off my first activation with Mike. I know who that is. It's funny when you've activated enough, you kind of know call signs. You want to be careful with that, but I heard a K and then I heard BXB and I knew exactly who it was. I can't tell if there's somebody there. Alright guys, we're 7 QSOs in. This is how we're looking. Oh, did I have a California? Oh no, it's saying my buddy Jason's in California. So it's all east. Which makes sense, because it's still pretty early in the morning. Sun has not come up yet. Jeez, that's some sloppy sending. I feel like there's this like extremely faint DX trying to get me. That might have been W4GS. I'm not sure who it was. Park activated. Great to get Kent and Connecticut. We'll do one more CQ call. See if there's any park to park I want to go grab. Somebody's there ready to hunt me. Trying to see a park to park. I got W4ARB on 30. We'll go one more and we're gonna wrap up. We're 15 QSOs. Sweet, 15 QSOs. Let's take a look, guys. So we nice spread today. Everything east. So everything. Don't mind my sprinklers. That's good to see that those ran. Everything was east. This is a typo, kind of. Jason, my buddy Jason, he's moved from California to Virginia, so not too surprising. 6:56 a.m. The sun rises in approximately 1 minute, so it's the first car that's driven by this entire time. But yeah, now you guys can kind of see the spot, the beautiful ham stick with a 2-to-1 SWR. Don't worry about it; it worked fine. I just need to tune it up. My rig expert's faulty. Need to calibrate my rig expert. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful park. Classic wood fence. Some horses out there in the distance. Yeah, thanks for joining me at Redmond Wildlife Management Area. We're going to go hit 4 or 5 more parks together. So I got to charge my camera. I'll do that on the way. I have no idea where I'm headed next, but I know I've got 4 or 5 in the vicinity we'll go hit. So see you guys at the next one. All right, now we're at the Aurora Open OHV Area BLM. So I just pulled up my map. It just snuck in. Right here, this is BLM land. It's pretty big. It's a huge, looks like a huge BLM. Just past the sign right there, so we're gonna get on the air. And I think I am. I'm actually gonna put, now that the light's out, I'm gonna put my clock up so you guys can see the clock. I might put this down a little bit. Put you guys right here. Getting my spot added. I'm gonna make sure my camera's charging.
Oh, sweet. Park activated. Hey, my buddy Brian. Oh, sweet. Thanks for the park to park, Brian. 539 Ontario, PE3 IGS. Sweet. Really lost you at the end. I'll come back if you're still there. That guy might have just been saying a farewell, but maybe I'll regret this. Okay. Yeah, glad I came back out. 2 more keys. So I heard somebody did me, probably just monitoring on the frequency. But yeah, when I call QRT, it's really just a call for attention. I want someone to come talk to me. But yeah, we're fully sun up. Absolutely beautiful. I have a couple Atnos never before activated that I did months ago. A couple, maybe my first ever. They're just east of here. Maybe, I think they have to be within a half hour, 45 minutes. But we're gonna head to the next park, guys. So we're off to the next one. This is Aurora. I struggle saying that word. I don't want to say it too many times on camera because I can't really say it. BLM. and we'll see where we're headed next. I have no idea. I'm just gonna look at the POTA map. See you guys there. All right, now we're at the Glenwood Open, and it was wanting me to go like another 3 miles, like 2.5 miles up this mountain, but no thanks. Let me just check my BLM land. Boom, there we are. This is a massive BLM. I actually could have got to it a little whiles back off the road. But yeah, this is the Glenwood BLM. We're gonna get on the air. We're gonna get our 10 and get out of here. I got other parks to go hit. Hopefully this massive mountain in front of me doesn't cause any issues. I do have some power lines right on top of me. I feel like I kind of hear. I gotta get my spot added, so I'm gonna hang out here for a second. US 11003. Don must have known I was at. I think got somebody rack chewing with me. Gotta hop off. I'm not sure what's going on there. I called QRL. Maybe I was on his frequency or something. But I did get his RST, so he's in my log. He's hunted me before. I'm not sure what was going on there. Yeah, I'm in a bit of a hurry. I'm gonna do these next few parks pretty quick. We'll try to get our 10 and then go to the next one. that SI? Yeah, we're running. I think we're running about 25 watts. Great to get my buddy Tim. I have to imagine this is probably a new park for him. I think the one after this may be a fish hatchery. So we'll see if I can access it. It's Labor Day today. Sorry, I got my buddy LU4HK in Argentina. He's chatting with me on WhatsApp. Just responding to him a little bit here. Wasn't listening. That's my buddy Josiah. Yes, it's a 1, not a 0, or it's a 0, not a 1. Alright, we have 7 QSOs. We need 3 more, and then we'll wrap up. How much power am I running? 25? I know who that is too. Is it WE? Okay, we're gonna call it there. Another successful activation. The sun is up, but it's not over this hill yet. We're gonna go see. I'm gonna see where I'm gonna head next. I think a fish hatchery. So we'll see you guys there. I feel a little bad. My initial QSO, I kind of just ran out of patience a little bit. I generally could care less during my activation about like speed or getting through QSOs. That's why I say good morning. That's why I call people by their name. That's something I really value about POTA, and I learned that at field day, and I'm learning that about contesting or DXing. I love the friendly element of POTA. I think it's a really fun, safe, relaxed place to operate CW. That's why I do this. I love coming to new parks. I'm not, I'm about to begin a 10-week rag chew class, and I'll share more about that on my channel. I'm really excited for it. I wasn't planning on doing any type of classes this fall, but I ended up deciding to due to some people reaching out. And I'm excited to rag chew. And fun fact, I have rag chewed. I did my first ever rag chew a few days ago. Wasn't pretty, but I got through it and copied a lot. In this setting today, I am a little bit rushed, and I'm not even really sure what the exchange was or what, I could go back and watch it. And if I watch it a couple of times, I'll be able to copy exactly what he was saying. My thought was maybe I'm on his frequency or there's some type of miscommunication because I'm calling CQ POTA. Even in my return exchange, I said, hey, by the way, this is KI7QCF POTA at this park. At that point, I have to move off the frequency when the QSO continues, but there's no hard feelings or ill will. And I would hate for anyone that ever is on the other side of me operating feel that way. So anyway, maybe I'll reach out to him, just let him know, hey, just a heads up. You can always email me, by the way, off my QRs. That I really value that. I appreciate communication. So we are out of here. We're going to go to the fish hatchery. I'll see you guys there. Great to get my buddy Kyle in Minnesota. W4. Another way to call QRT is just go QRP. I gotta get out of here. So let's see if the pileup sticks around. 5 watts. It's gone. That's crazy. So I was willing to keep going with the pileup, but under my terms, I went ahead and I did 5 watts there, and I'm gonna tell you guys why. I hate to admit this, but I'm going to. So this location's actually closed, and it says very clearly in a few spots closed to visitors. But this is my 4th fish hatchery that I've done in the last couple months, and fun fact, 50% of them have been closed. So this is my 2nd one I've been to that was closed. The other one was Midway, and the Midway fish hatchery, it didn't have a gate like this. So this gate's open, and that made me a little uncomfortable that it might close on me. But guys, I'm park activated right there in 13 QSOs in 9 minutes, so I was kind of just flying. But a really important designation is a fish hatchery is something you visit, you tour. They provide tours to the public. So when it says closed to visitors, that just means like, hey, you know what? We're not going to let people into our facility. But I've actually never been in a fish hatchery, even though I've been to 4. I just go there to park in the parking lot and be on the grounds. So when I spoke with Midway Fish Hatchery, even though they're temporarily closed, and it's typically due to some type of disease or disease prevention, they're like, yeah, we don't care if you park at our fish hatchery. And when I went to the Camas Fish Hatchery, similarly, they were open, but they said, yeah, we don't care if you just park here. So really nothing to be worried about. I wanted to just get in, be there less than 10 minutes and get out. And if they had asked me to leave, I obviously would have left. But I just didn't want that gate to close on me. So we're going to wrap up here. I'll go to the next park and see you guys. All right, welcome out to the Annabella WMA here outside of Richfield, Utah. So this is another one of those funny ones. So the gate's completely locked right here for motorized vehicles, but I can just walk right in. But this little access that I just did through this little V, barbed wire V, is completely unnecessary because as I mentioned earlier in the video, this entire blue area on my phone, if you can see it, is the wildlife management area. So that little blue dot is me. So that entire road, this entire road for a good half mile, maybe quarter mile, is within the WMA. So I was actually prepared to kind of bring a field kit and set up. And I like to do that if I've just come here for this WMA, you know, it's Monday morning, Labor Day. It'd be fun to set up here for an hour, operate QRP, or I could go QRO. I have my QRO field kit, but I have a few more parks I'm trying to go hit. So conveniently situated in the WMA, I'm just gonna fire up again QRO in my truck. You know, 20, 25 watts. But there probably will be a park coming up where I'm gonna be out of the truck, set up in the field. I'm gonna have to figure out if I want to do QRP or not, or QRO. It doesn't matter. But yeah, let's get started. So far the day is going incredibly smooth. I think this is it's probably my 5th park, I'm guessing. I've lost track. Something I want to do. Kind of hear somebody there faint. Whoops. That's destined to happen a few times today. Oh yeah, I forgot that I'm QRP. Let's go up to 20 watts. Josiah's loud. That guy makes me want to dance. His freaking rhythm is so phenomenal. I just want to get up and start dancing on camera for you guys. On top of my truck. I'm being serious. I love his fist. Alright, we are 5 QSOs in 3 minutes and 7 seconds. 20 watts. Probably would do just fine out here at QRP. I'm actually not sure. It says like FRE something question mark. I wasn't sure what they were asking me. Somebody's down there in the weeds. There he is. That's that QSB I'm talking about. Or he turned his power up. But that M on his call sign at the end just kept disappearing on me. I think that's my buddy again. My favorite thing about Dennis in Wisconsin, N9QB, is he's probably my most common QSO. Where he's like 229 or 329 and I still get him. Great to get Joseph down in Texas. I think he's in, if he's who I think he is, I think he's down in Houston. It probably says, no, it says Lancaster. I'm not sure. Maybe that's outside of Houston. Maybe not even close. We're park activated though. I'll try to get maybe one or two more and then we're going to wrap up. Head to the next one. Alright, one more Q zone, I'm out of here. Last CQ call. I'm good with 10. If I get 10, I'm fine. I like to get a little bit more, but I'll be okay with 10. Alright guys, that was a lot of fun. We got 11 QSOs there. Let's take a look at our map. Yeah, all east. Not sure why. I guess it's 8 a.m. on the west coast. But yeah, we're gonna wrap up. How you doing? Morning. But yeah, that's the Annabella WMA. We're gonna head to the next one. I'm actually gonna look at my map and see where we're headed. So this is the Annabella WMA. So we've got the Winkle Bob. How do you like that name? Winkle Bob BLM. It's only been activated twice. And oh my god, WA7 LNW has already got 36 CW QSOs there, so he's cleaned up a little bit. But yeah, we're gonna head over there. We got a guy just kind of walking down the road by himself. That's okay. Nothing wrong with that. See you guys at the next. Alrighty. Welcome out to Winkle Bob. We are dead center in it. And when I get to a BLM, what I like to do is I like to find a power line and then just park right under it. Just helps out with propagation. But no, this is a dirt road that I found, and there's some guys down there with shotguns, so kind of want to stay out of their way. But yeah, I guess a little bit of context halfway through this video, if you're still watching. I do this all the time. You know, I started activating in April, and I'm up, I think, you know, now I've got to be pushing 90 parks. This will probably be my 90th or close to. So there's been many a time I've kind of just driven out somewhere in Utah, hit 4 or 5. You know, I have I've done 5 in a day multiple times. I've already done 5 today. This is a Rover Warthog, I think, and then I've done a Rover Rhino. I think I've done a Rover Rhino a couple times. I've done it at least once, and then there's probably another time I did 9 or 10. I've never filmed these. I've never filmed, at least I don't think I have. I don't think I've ever filmed like all my parks in one day. There's been a couple times, like I got to Sand Mountain BLM, and I was like, ooh, this is cool. I'm gonna film here, when I wasn't planning to. So far this is cool and it's pretty, but you know, the reason I'm filming all of this today is just to show you guys what that type of day is like. It's only 9:26 a.m. I was up at 4 a.m. this morning, and this will be, I think, my 6th park. You know, I'm not stacking QSOs. I'm holding pileups if they come in, but yeah, I'm just trying to get a bunch of parks done. It's fun to add new parks. It's one of the things I really enjoy about POTA. I love everything about it. I love operating CW. I love getting outdoors, even though today I will do a QRP1 coming up that will be part of this video. I love operating CW. I love equipment. I love antennas. I love the challenge of propagation and band conditions. And I've made a lot of progress in a short amount of time, but I still have a long ways to go. I think CW operations will be a part of the rest of my life, and I have to remind myself I'm still really, really new to this, and there's still humbling moments. Like that last activation, somebody asked me something and I didn't quite understand what they said. They might have asked me if I was filming, which I don't think they did, but they could have. It was F something ? And you know, my buddy Kentucky Fried Ham, when I was out with KJ7BES, you know, he sent me during that QSO, he said Big Sig tonight. And I noticed Big Sig watching it back, but the only thing I copied in the moment was tonight. And I mentioned that in the video. So I copied the 6-letter word, but the 2 easy to copy 3-letter words I didn't copy. Earlier I'm pretty sure I had someone come rag chewing to me. I kind of just left the frequency. There I had somebody ask. I'll watch it back, see what they asked. Yesterday, Kentucky Fried Ham, or not Kentucky Fried, N4GO, another Kentucky guy, my buddy Jay, he called me Gump. He's been calling me Forrest Gump in our QSOs apparently, and he's probably been doing that for months, and I just caught it yesterday, so I responded, no Gump. But I was laughing my head off, because I was like, that's so funny. I love little stuff like that. But anyway, let's get on the air. That's a little rant, me talking about my copying. Now someone's going to for sure rag chew me. Ooh, do you guys like that S level right there? I've got S7 just from these power lines. I'm gonna back off of this. I'll be right back. Let's see what I get when I move away from these power lines. All right, well, it's still pretty noisy, but a little bit better. We're about S5. I'm not too worried about that. Let's get on the air. I'm gonna add my spot. Winkle Bob BLM. My SWR's kind of gone up. I kid you guys not when I say I've spent a tremendous amount of time adjusting the whip on that ham stick, and I can't really get too much better than a 1.9 to 1. And then K7CO, my uncle, he had a rig expert, and his rig expert was showing a much better match, like we were 1.4. I mean, we're like 2.5 to 1 there. That's pretty awful. But I think it's a grounding issue with my truck. I have a ground strap headed to the bed of my truck, metal on metal, and I don't care because I stack DX after DX on this ham stick. I was 2 to 1 all 14 parks in Moab and absolutely slayed it. Would I prefer to have a better SWR? Of course. Have I invested a tremendous amount of time trying to get it better? Of course. Am I going to let it prevent me from stacking QSOs? Of course not. because it works. So this is kind of our last one, kind of in the Richfield area. I might head further south. I'm gonna see how far the next park is from me. And you better have a good signal if you're gonna hunt me here, because I got some serious noise. There's my buddy. I got you, Steve. That's a good sign. 599 from Steve. Oh, that's my buddy. I just have so much noise here, it's crazy. I completely lost you halfway through that, but I heard you come back to me right there. I actually really want to move. I want to just get away from here. Looking at the OnX map, I got a ton of land I can go screw around with. That's actually what I'm going to do. Let me see if I can get somewhere that's quite a bit quieter. This dirt road is pretty brutal though. So I'm just going to try to get away from this noise. For what it's worth, this dirt road is nothing compared to what KJ7B and that BES and I went through. It's just really rocky, like some of these rocks. My key is just going off, that's funny. Oh yeah, RS level's gone way down. Check this out. We're at 3 now. And my car's running, so it'll probably go better once I get it off. Yeah, that sounds beautiful. Much better. Okay, great to get North Carolina. Mike. We're gonna go up to 25. I'm gonna start looking right now at where this other park is south of me. Let me see how far of a drive it is. There's one more that's never been activated that I'd love to go do. But if it's more than a half hour, I don't think I'm gonna do it. Because I'm already pretty far from home. Ooh, 44 minutes. Yeah, I don't think so. A lot slower this activation. I have been fighting some noise. I talked some smack about my SWR, and that might be impacting it. KI5 Jim. Hey, that's my buddy. I need to clean my N3ZN. It's a little dusty. Have it looser than I like. lot of QSB. Getting a little spread today. Now we're getting Oregon and British Columbia. Haven't been working the West Coast a lot, but it is early morning. Yeah, I think this might be my last park down here, and I'm on my way home. I'm gonna hit Yuba State Park. And I'll probably go QRP at Yuba. My guess is it'll be pretty busy on a Labor Day, but if I can get somewhere kind of private and throw an NFET half wave or use my park activated. 12 minutes. I can't. But he's down there in the weeds. I can't hear. Was it PFE? I think I know PFE. Oh, I gotcha. High five. Great to get you. Pretty sure I have that right. So pro tip, if you're a hunter or you're newer to CW, if you ever have an exchange like this, always spot your activator. So if I can see K7FB on my spot after this, I'll feel really good. So that'll be confirmation that I did work him, that I got it right. So if you ever send your call sign 30 times because of this QSB, spot your activator. Gotta hit the road. Yeah, that's just like a pro tip for me. You don't have to, but what you risk is if I got it wrong, then you're not going to be in my log. You're not going to get the park active, or you're not going to get the park hunted. So if you're wondering, I would spot every single time you make a QSO. I do that when I'm hunting because I know as an activator, you guys see me. I'll be out in the field QRP with no service, and if I don't get spotted, I might make 2-3 QSOs, but it's 15 minutes since RBN picked me up, and people think I'm not around. So, okay, this has been fun. Let's shout out the hamstick. You know, it's come up clutch. This part kind of sucked for noise. Not gonna lie, it was my worst propagation park of the day, and it was still stellar. You know, let's see, I got 13 QSOs, 16 minutes, 25 watts. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that was my 6th park of the day. We're gonna go do a 7th at Yuba on the way home, and we'll try to do QRP there. We'll try to get out of the truck. This isn't, you know, I could if I brought my camera with me throughout all my activations, I could have some pretty cool videos as far as like the different types of parks I'm able to visit. I do that on my channel, right? You see some cool parks, but this is my first time kind of, like, I've never posted a video of full 7 activations in one day. So this will be fun. I know most of it, though, it's not really doing it justice because you're looking at a 891 mounted in my truck. I could be in my garage and it would be the same experience, but that's why I'm trying to film some outside of the truck. Let's head up to Yuba. I'll see you guys there. We'll get out of the truck. Let's see if we go QRP. I think we can, and then worst case, I'll have the 891 there to save me if I need it. But let's get a 1-on-1 match QRP, and I'll see you guys in a few minutes. All right, guys. Well, it's the obligatory food check-in. We're at Barrett's, world-renowned Barrett's in Salina, Utah. This is what we're looking at today. So, pretty impressive haul. I'm really proud of what I came up with in my short, brief stroll. We did go with the ham and Swiss Lunchable, Senor Rico. Expiration's not till the 22nd of October, so you know this is going to be about as fresh as it gets. Some chili cheese, Fritos, phenomenal, and a bottle of Dasani. You know, Dasani gets a lot of crap. This is exceptional bottled water. Did want to get, ramp up my protein a little bit. So I did grab a Jack Link's chili cheese Fritos. I figured that would complement the chili cheese chips really, really well. But yeah, this is what we're looking at, and gonna fuel up and then hit the state park and wrap up the day. Sorry guys, it's gonna be a windy one, but we're at Yuba Lake. Sorry, that's not the name of the park. It's not Yuba Lake Hachu, it's Yuba Lake State Park. And we're on the Chelegans, and this thing gave me a 7-to-1 SWR. Somebody said to move this up like 6 inches. I moved it down, I moved it up. I've activated with the Chelegans over 100 times. It's a great antenna. I typically have a tuner at it if I can't get a good match. I don't know why, there's probably something wrong, but I'm not too worried about it. We're gonna get the park activated. I am on the ATU-10 and the QMX. And I did bring out the NOSA key again. So the NOSA key is making its great return because I'm not afraid of an RF burn. And I'm sorry guys, but I forgot my clock and I'm not gonna run up to my truck. This is my 7th park of the day, and it's only like 10 a.m. Oh, it's 11:30. Never mind. It took me a long time to get here. $14,048. 1-to-1 SWR. Sorry guys, I can't choose how windy it's going to be when I activate, but our last park of the day outside of the truck, it's going to be windy. It's beautiful though.
Sorry, Josiah, I had the CQ call over you. This kid's 13. You can combine the ages of the last two QSOs, and I'm still older than both of them. Love young guns in CW, man. Three 599s in a row QRP. Whoa. So I keep having I think it's a firmware thing with my QMX where I get the H's upon keying. There might be like a GPS thing or something going on, but I just get an inadvertent H just by tapping the DAW. But yeah, I've got to figure out why I can't get a match with my Chelegans. I was 7-1 SWR. I can't even use my QMX if I wanted to. Sorry, Fred, you're a 5'9", dude. Yeah, I've been keying on my N3ZN all day and keying a little rough, but I love these NOSA paddles. My M5 is my favorite field paddle. This M7, this is my first time using it other than when I got those RF burns. So I asked for his call again because it's one W1 JBD says Florida, but he gave me Michigan. But you know, there's people that travel around, so he could just be up in Michigan. I'm 99% sure I copied his call correct. Well, I'm slaying QRP. 6 QSOs in 6 minutes. Really good conditions today. And the Chelegans, even with the tuner taken away from it, it's performing really well. I love my QMX. It's a great freaking radio. I'll always be romantic about any radio that I build. Oh, it's a beautiful lake. People are out there canoeing. So I actually drove over there and I found a tree for an infant half wave, and I just got destroyed by flies immediately, like rolled down my window. I just got picked up by RBN 26 dBs. frequencies. See if I can remember to send with my index. I'm a middle finger sender because started logging with a pencil and paper. So ever since then, I like claw it. I have like a claw grip with my paddle. Well, let's see how I do. We'll go index finger the rest of the way. If it's going to be muscle memory, so I'll have to remind myself. But yeah, I hit this like it's kind of like a back button, and I hit it to cancel my memory sending. And if I double tap it, I go back to the previous frequency. So I'm experienced enough. I realized I did that because when I went back to mic there, I was on 14055. I just sent one character before I noticed, and I went back. All right, one QSO away from activated, and that'll be 7 parks in one day. 7 parks in one morning. I should rover it. I can easily get 3 more, but I already have that award. I could do, man, waking up as early as I did, I could have done 15 today, but I kind of dragged my feet over here. And I wouldn't go QRP if I was trying to do that many, even though it hasn't slowed me down. It's just more the setup. And we're not gonna, I was hoping I could kind of just stay here longer and knock out a ton, but we're probably gonna get, I'll probably get 11 or 12 and then wrap up and head home. Let's get one or two more. My AT says I have 5.3 watts of power on this band. That's the thing about these 9-volt QMXs. North of 5 watts, maybe. Barely. You don't want to be too north. Hey, check that out. So I said we were gonna get one or two more, and we'll wrap up with my Uncle John there, K7CO baby. That's my guy. Sorry, John, I think you said you wanted to come do this park. Well, you said you wanted to do it on the way down to Moab, and well, you asked, and this one isn't on the way to Moab. This is another highway. We're gonna wrap up. This is gonna be a long video today, and we're gonna actually wrap up in my truck. And the reason we're gonna wrap up in my truck is I think there's wind noise. I'm not totally sure. I can't always tell. It sounds really windy to me. So I'll see you guys in the truck. I'm gonna pack up and we're gonna debrief. Hey guys, I meant to debrief in the parking lot. I got ahead of myself and now I'm on the road. So hopefully it's quieter in here than it was out there in the wind. The 05 Silverado doesn't quite have the modern quiet cabin technology that you find in new trucks, but I think you should be able to hear me okay. Thanks for joining me on this 7 POTA activation morning at 7 unique parks, 7 new to me parks I've never activated. This is one of my favorite things to do. I'm pretty obsessed, I'm pretty addicted to POTA. I really enjoy the hobby. I love operating CW. I love the challenge it presents. And we really had the mecca of activations as far as we hit WMAs, we hit a couple WMAs, we hit a couple BLM public lands. We hit a state fish hatchery, which is like a staple of POTA parks. And then we hit the state park where I paid the $20 fee. I think it was $15 today at Yuba State Park, and got the beautiful view and the amenities and the pretty lake. So we did it all in the 7 parks, and it was a lot of fun, and we did it all by noon. So I'm really happy with that. It's Labor Day, so that was quite a bit of labor from me. Now I'm ready to go home and spend time with the family and upload this video for you guys. But thanks for joining me. If you've watched until the end, if you hunted me today, thanks so much. We'll be back out there again here soon. Take care, and 73.